these people next door lost their house. You know, people in the court, most of the houses in the court have got. All these houses here are gone.
Here in Australia, we have 5 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, winter, and what the f***? From the images I just showed you, we go through this phenomena every year, and we are right in amongst the what the f*** season. In some parts of the country, like the Northern Territory, they only have 1 season.
Alrighty, fucking what do we got next? Bloody Alice Springs. How about this, Alice Springs? I'll give you a fucking forecast for the next 1,000 fucking years, alright? It's gonna be fucking hot, alright? And if it's not fucking hot, it'll be hot and fucking wet, alright?
Now, before I get into this week's video, one of my female followers wanted to appear on the show as a guest. I have done interviews before and thought I would see what you good people and not so good people think of this snippet as a bit of an extra bonus to the weekly Tuesdays video. Take a look.
What I think is happening now is that the left is sort of starting to blow themselves apart a little bit, and so many people now are talking about moving right to the left, to the extreme left, and they do it to feel better about themselves. They do it because they think that if I virtue signal and I tell people how tolerant and fantastic I am, that, you know, I'm going to belong to a tribe and I'll belong to these people and I'll feel better about myself. So it's actually got nothing to do with anybody else. It's just got something to do with people's own views about wanting to always feel good in their lives and feel like they have a purpose. Now, the left provide a very shallow, a very, very shallow purpose for those people that don't want to go to a deeper level. They will say, you know, blah, blah, blah is racist, like Donald Trump, for instance. Oh, Donald Trump's racist. So that's a broad statement. It got thrown out there before he got elected. It gets thrown out there now, despite all of the evidence and despite all of the facts. And love or hate Donald Trump, one thing he is not is he's not racist.
The interview ran for just under 25 minutes, and if this is the sort of thing that you would like to see more of, just write in the comments section more interviews, or we just want you, G-Mann. Finally, you would have noticed that I cheersed to Rudy as well as Kays. Kays supported me with a few dollars, and rather than spend it on wild women and whiskey, there just wasn't enough money to buy more whiskey. See what I did there? Only kidding. Thank you, Kays. I bought this American whiskey to try. Anywho, just because someone is good at acting or sport, why should we care about their opinions on foreign policy, the environment, or healthcare? I don't want celebrities to be president. I want them to be good actors. And while I might agree with their political views, I don't want to hear them. When I'm ill, I'll go to the doctor. When I want my car fixed, I'll go to a mechanic. When I want a view on the current situation on Iraq or Syria, I'll look for an interview with a diplomat or an academic. When I want to know whether or not to get my child the jabs, I'll ask an immunologist. Yet many of these topics, the media is very happy to offer celebrities a platform to air their views, no matter how nonsensical or shallow they are. I can think of at least a dozen famous people who regularly use their platforms to tell us what they think about everything from MMR jabs to global warming to ISIS. To be fair, I haven't heard much in the way of a celebrity's views on car maintenance, but I'm sure it's a matter of time before this will happen also. Have we become interested in what celebrities have to say? I guess to the uneducated and the insecure people, they do. One of the most disturbing developments of the 21st century has been the widespread acceptance of the notion that being a good actor, sports person, or pop musician seems to mean that the rest of us should listen to your opinions on climate change, child rearing, diet, or lifestyle, or for that matter, anything that isn't whatever it is the celebrity in question is famous for being good at doing. If I hear an actor critiquing a film or a play or telling me why a certain script is a work of genius, I'm interested. Actually, I'm not even interested in that. It's like the weatherman giving me the weather for the day. Their advice is useless. I'll take my chances when I step out the door. But Brad Pitt saying,
"Thank you to the Academy for this honor of honors. They told me I only have 45 seconds up here, which is 45 seconds more than the Senate gave John Bolton this week. I'm thinking maybe Quentin does a movie about it. In the end, the adults do the right thing."
Or Joachim Phoenix, who said,
"We feel entitled to artificially inseminate a cow, and when she gives birth, we steal her baby, even though her cries of anguish are unmistakable. And then we take her milk that's intended for a calf, and we put it in our coffee and our cereal."
I mean, give me a break. There are literally thousands of people better qualified to comment than these entitled men. You want to talk about white privilege? There it is, right there. Oh, but let's not, because G-Mann, isn't Brad Pitt incredibly good looking? Well, hey there, Bradley, and for that matter, most of your other so-called celebrities. How about you preach to us about integrity, monogamy, and being faithful? Oh, what's that? You know nothing about the topic. And what was that I hear also? No one wants to hear your views because we can see right through you. And what about that pathetic Angelina Jolie on refugees? It's great that she wants to support good causes. Hashtag me too. But I'm not sure why I am supposed to find the plight of displaced people any more or less poignant now that she has given them a voice. The list goes on. I don't care about what Pamela Anderson thinks about animal rights, and I couldn't give a toss about Sir Paul's views on vegetarianism. I have zero interest in what Bono or Sting's thoughts are on, well, literally anything. Seriously, Sting, who wants to use yoga techniques to fuel hours-long lovemaking sessions? I mean, if you haven't struck oil in 7 minutes, stop boring. The thing is, it's about dumbing down of real expertise and the reduction of intelligent public discourse. Let's face it, listening to celebrities on global affairs is like watching a politician play an elite sport. Stick to your craft. However, I suspect I'm in the minority with this view. Thomas Jefferson famously said, "The cornerstone of democracy rests on the foundations of an educated electorate." Yet I don't see much of that in Australia these days, and I even see less across the Pacific, where I'm pretty confident that those who can name the entire Kardashian clan will outnumber those who can name their senators by at least 10 to 1. Unfortunately, you have to work with the world that you have, not the world you'd like. Even though they are not an expert at something, their status gives them an advantage in terms of getting people to listen to them about things such as poverty and global warming. Who would you listen to first? An obscure scientist trained in a specific field that you don't know that well, or a celebrity that's recognizable from a mile away who probably knows just as much about pollution as you do about acting? The boundaries between fact-based sources of truth have been intentionally blurred for profit. Case in point is the mainstream media. They have one goal, and that's to keep you tuning in so they can sell expensive advertising based on high ratings. We as a society are weary and overburdened with its bullshit and negativity in a noisy, overwhelming world. So we look for relief. escape, usually via entertainment. Some of you good people and not so good people are influenced by celebrities in the progress. The more time we give them, the more we are exposed and influenced by them. Sometimes that's a good thing, but many times it is not. Some nonsense being spewed for shock and entertainment is mistaken for fact. That's where the problem is. I mean, just consider, who are you listening to and what are their motivations for sharing their thoughts with you? Now, just to give you the heads up, I don't consider myself a celebrity, so I'm out of the picture. I mean, somebody that only gets around 10,000 views a week, I really don't cut it. As usual, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Are you influenced at what a celebrity has to say about global events? Like, share, upvote, downvote, subscribe, troll, do what you gotta do. And don't forget, if you want to see more interviews, maybe put in the comment section more interviews, or just want to see you, G-Man. I'm Gerald Pauschmann for The Point TV. Hashtag cheers, Rudy. And K's.